Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode with Ready or Not. Here, Latinas, here we come. I'm already excited. I'm so nervous, y'all. I'm so nervous. I'm excited. These are your hosts, Joanna,
Jessica, Karina, and Yassi.
and we are so excited to be sharing that we're going on a trip with our favorite psycho.
Hello. Hi.
So go ahead and give us the honor, introduce yourself, and let our audience know a little bit about you.
Okay, well, the honor's mine. I definitely love your podcast. I did look into it after you guys told me about it. It's really cool. So I was like, okay, I want to be here. Definitely want to be here. My name's Yvette. I think most people know me as my name EVG, but I don't know if anyone knows how to say it, which is so funny. But yeah, my name's EVG on Instagram and TikTok, and I do a lot of videos, mostly like more like I think like Latinas could relate to it more because I do a lot of videos with my mom, and everyone says like it reminds them of their mom. I have a bird which is obsessed with doing videos too. He's always in my videos. And then I just like doing Get Ready With Me's, and yeah, just like creating content. I've been doing it for a while, and it's going great, and it has turned into my career, and I'm very grateful for everyone who supports me.
It's actually amazing to see the transformation from the beginning till now.
Yeah.
And it's like such an honor because you're so young.
Yeah.
You're so young and you're already at this type of level. So I'm really like, ¿cómo se dice? Like inspired.
Oh, stop. Well, I want to do a podcast one day too, so I'm inspired by you guys. I'm like, okay, they got the ball rolling, they got the mic right there. That's a good. I love it.
You should. I feel like you would have a lot to talk about, and that's one thing that I related with you a lot.
Yeah.
The first video I did see was when you did a lot of these are my confessions. So I related a lot to the confessions because I was like, I did a lot of crazy crap. Yeah, so I've done a lot of crazy crap. So I'm like, oh my God, how did she find the courage to tell her mom? And my mom is Mexican AF, and she is like, I'm going to hit you. I don't care how old you are. So I freaking loved it. After that, like, I was just like, oh my God, follow.
Thank you. Yes. The confession definitely came about like naturally, like so I just made a video talking about how my journey was. I don't know when did you guys join? Like when I was doing skits, once I was doing you said confessions, right?
Confessions. So I found you when you were doing Big Head story times.
Okay, so that was before.
Yeah, the very first one that I saw was when some cholas cornered you and said, "Can I borrow your phone?"
Oh, girl, no, I was scared. I said, "Keep the phone, keep it."
Yeah. And I just love how you even said that they nicknamed you La Ronchas, and I was like, boy, I was bawling
right here. It's because
you do get.
Yeah, they stole my birthmark.
You do get ronchas?
No, it's a birthmark. And my very first job was actually Little Caesars. So a lot of times when I was working on the pizza, the manager would be like, are you okay? Do you want to go home? You have like ronchas, not ronchas. They wouldn't say that. They would say, I get, huh?
Like allergies, like hives.
Yes. So I was like, no, that's just my birthmark. And it's happened like all my life. Like my brother, he barely noticed it when I was like 17. He's like, oh my God, what's wrong with your arm? And I'm just like, it's just my birthmark. But yeah, I definitely got my street name off of it. And I love it. Las Ronchas is like, okay, that's unique. Never heard that before.
Yeah, that's the first time that I saw your stories. Definitely was like, follow.
I love that. Thank you. Well, yeah, going back to the confessions, it was never really like I thought about it. I've never seen anyone else do it. And like one day I was just like, I switched over more from like skits to lifestyle. That's when I started doing the story times, confessions, get ready with me. And I don't know why, I don't even know what confession was the first one I made to my mom, but I was like, this might make a good video. So I do it goes viral, and then you guys start asking for more. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do another one. And then they just kept doing good. So obviously as a creator, I'm like, well, I'm gonna give the people what they want, you know? And it was awesome. Like I do have a playlist on my TikTok where all my confessions are. And you can see that in the beginning. Yeah, in the beginning, I don't start like, these are my confessions. I don't do my intro because I never expected it to be like a series, right? It was just kind of, I was confessing. But then one day I was sitting down and the Usher song came on, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to just incorporate this. And then it just, yeah. And then, because some people go like way back to my other confessions, they're like, why didn't you do the intro here? I'm like, girl, or boy, I didn't know this was going to be a series. This was supposed to be a one video thing. And now there's like 15 of them. And I'm just like, I'm lucky to be alive. Yes. Because my mama, sent her everything. But I think she got used to it. She gets mad every time. But I think like, ya me calmé, ya estoy aplacada ahora. So she's definitely like, okay, you're good. You're okay. I'll let it pass, But that's how they started. It was never like an idea. It just kind of happened. That's why I tell creators, just go for it. Just like post it. Just do it. Because you just never know what's going to hit, Yeah.
I was noticed that you're so funny, and it's just part of you.
So natural.
Yeah, you're so natural at it. But I also noticed the other side of you, where you're so compassionate. You go out there and help our people, the community. And that's something that I very much admire. And I hope, like, I don't know exactly, like, what do you see yourself doing in the future, like, towards the community? Because we're also doing this because of our people, Because unfortunately, a lot of them, they're not as knowledgeable as we are. We can and there's resources as well. So, do you have something planned out in the future for the what's your goal?
So my goal in that like area, definitely like you guys are like smaller creators, but one day you're gonna be big. I promise you. And obviously, like joining something like this, joining something like this is like an honor to me to see other Latinas doing it as well. Because I don't think they're not represented as much. Like we are definitely coming up, but it's not as much, But besides that, always just representing myself, and then wait, is it echoing on you guys or is it just me?
Oh, I think it might be you.
Okay.
You're fine on this.
Okay. So I did make the shirts. I think that's what you were talking about. I made some shirts, and all the money I made, I actually gave away to street vendors. So I think I helped about 10 street vendors, and I each gave them 120. It's not like I would definitely want to give more amount, but I'm sure that 120 came like, it was just like a surprise to them. Yeah, and then I'm actually making them again. I actually have my sweaters. I'm still gonna use the same design, so I'm gonna drop those soon. And again, I'm gonna give some of the money I make off of it back to street vendors. So we'll definitely be seeing those videos in the future. So.
Yeah. One soon.
Yes.
And then also, I know that you also battle with depression and anxiety. And I know social media is not easy. They kind of tear you down, especially if they see that you're getting to a point where you're getting well known. So how are you handling that now?
Well, I don't have depression and anxiety anymore. I did go to therapy, and then I worked a lot of yoga, a lot of reminding myself, like, this works for me, where I'm like, it's just a chemical imbalance, instead of thinking like something bad's happening to me. So I don't battle with that anymore. I get sad, and I have my sad days, but it feels good. Like, I like crying. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I like to put like, I like to put like a sad song, eat some ice cream, hang out with Tweety, and just be like, I'm so sad right now. But like, it feels good to me to let out, because like sometimes we're just rushing to life, and we don't like take the time to be like, hey, I need like a little break, even if that means like crying with my mocos and like, just an ugly cry, and so I don't battle with it anymore. I'm so grateful. That's why when anyone talks about it, I'm like, you could do it too. Of course, there is cases where it's like, they are born with the chemical imbalance, because there's like the depression, anxiety that comes from when you're born with it. like with the chemical imbalance, or the one that happens to you because something happened to you, and then like you might have PTSD and all that. So I had the one where like something happened, and then I had PTSD. So after that, though, I was able to overcome it, and now I just preach like, you could do it. If I could do it, you could too. And then the way I handle it on social media, I'm really grateful that I actually don't get a lot of hate comments, and the hate comments that I do get, I block people. I'm like, I don't care. This is my world. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be untouchable to you. So my block list is like 50 people. I don't care. I don't know who they are, but I just block them. I'm just like, I don't care. I don't have time for you. This is my world here, and I'm gonna make it peaceful and nice. So that's why you never see hate comments, because they are blocked, not because I don't get them. but yeah, that's definitely what I do. And then sometimes also like the hate comments I would get is like, oh, you're like too much, you're annoying or something. But in my head, I'm like, I'm just happy. Like when people are just happy, to other people they seem crazy, because we're so used to people walking around not being happy, not being themselves. So when you see someone being happy, it's like weird, you know. It's like, wait, like, why are you smiling so much? Why are you being all? But it's like, I feel like everybody has that in them, the little psycho chick, you know. And but we were just like, we kind of tame it, because like some people are just afraid of what people think, you know. So that's why I just think like that. I'm like, I just switch my mind around and try to like see the positive. And I also always say how you said, when people see you come up, it's true. They want to see you do good, but never better than them. So I always I always remember that. But yeah, that's my approach.
It's good to know, because if I tell them all the time, like, oh, like right now, I feel everything's positive, butterflies, everybody support. But I feel like there's gonna come a time where we're gonna get our first hate comment or our first hate anything, and I'm like, I have to prepare myself. I do see a lot of creators who actually, you know, it actually tears them down.
It actually affects them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I'm very sentimental. Soy bien chillona, so I'll probably be like, they made me cry. So, like she says, I feel like, I would probably have to prepare myself from that. También, like, to not, like, say something back.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, like, just block them, ignore them. Like you said, I'm not going to let you touch my happiness over here. So, that's definitely something we need to know. Yeah. Just block. Don't even reply back. Don't acknowledge them.
No, well, I like my very first hate comment though. I don't think like it's hard to prepare for it, because it'll just hit you, right? And depending how hateful it is, it's gonna hurt. So my very first one though, I will be honest with you, it did like affect me a lot. Like where I told my boyfriend like, oh, I don't know if I could do this, you know. And it was just in the beginning. And then he told me, like, my boyfriend is like that tough love, you know, type of thing. Like, so he was like, look, do you want to do this or not? Because if you do, you're going to have to get used to this, brush it off, and just see the positive, or give up right now. And I was like, I cannot imagine myself not doing content. Like, I love making videos, you know, I love this so much. So I was like, you know what? He told me that, and I was like, you know, I'm mad at it. And I was like, I'm going to do this, you know, and then after that every hate comment, I also think about it like this. So if they're watching your video, even if they're hating, or they're commenting, even though they're hating, they're giving you engagement. TikTok is like, oh, you know, they're getting good watch time. They're getting a comment. So like, just think about it like that. Like, oh, you just, you know, it's not a lot of money, maybe like a penny, but you're still putting like some money in my bank account. So go ahead, be a hater, you know, you're still paying for my bills. So go ahead, you know, that's how I see it too.